Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back. Unfortunately, due to a red flag, but we will be having some racing very shortly. That was a bit disappointing, wasn't it, Andy, that we got that red flag after such a fantastic quali?
Yeah, it's been a really good quali session. Some incredible times that got posted, by the way. But unfortunately, yeah, a little red flag, but that's okay because we are back. These guys will just be working right now on redoing setups, redoing strat, just to make sure that they're ready for the start of this race.
Yes.
It promises to be a good one, I think, under the lights.
Yeah, hopefully we get all of our viewers back in. Thank you very much. I'll just put a quick message in. Thank you for being patient. We are back live. There we go. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate for being patient. And yeah, we're going to be back. And I'm going to let you take away this one, Andy. This is, I think it's going to be a really, really good race. It's got some serious talent on the grid. And we've definitely seen the pace tonight, especially in that qualifying. So, yeah, this is going to be a good night in all, I think.
Yeah, I think so, mate. I'm really looking forward to seeing this battle out in front. With a lesson, obviously, a new addition to Rush, and this is his first qualifying session and first race. Throwing it down to Wojciech Steg and Oscar Liu and now Gio. Those four guys in particular really interest me tonight as how they're going to play out, all on different teams, of course. How's it going to play out around the first 3 turns and then that climb up to turn number 4? We're about to find out, though, because here we go. We've got 4, now 5 of our red lights on. They're out! And it's showtime. Showtime at Bahrain. There's a wonderful start from Oscar Liu up into P2. But now Gio's going to have a look on the inside. As he know, it will be Alessin who leads the cars through turns 1, 2, and 3 with Oscar Liu second. Rider Bomb now up into third. Now Gio fourth. Wojciech Steg down into 5th position with Sammy and the Ferrari in P6. Trying to have a look around the outside perhaps here at turn number 4. With Wojciech Steg, but it will be Wojciech Steg banging tyres with the Ferrari. And actually, Sammy gets himself through up into P5. Now Gio now having a look down the inside. Is he around the outside, sorry, of Oscar Liu. Now Gio getting himself on the inside as turn number 4. But look at this gap from the Williams of TTM Alessin whilst everybody else scuffles and shuffles. It's Alessin in the Williams, 1.2 seconds out in front here on lap 1 of this 29-lap race around Bahrain.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic start for Alessin there. Nearly a second out. Niall Giro will try and bring in that DRS as soon as he can. It looks like he has. And then we got drama going on here. Got Tai. Someone's round. I'm looking at Tai. He's dropped down into P17. Micromash there. A lot of going on at the back there. And we'll have to see if there's any damage there. We've got 2 guys on the hard compound tyres at the moment. G-Force Nick Hato gaining 1 spot due to a 10-second. A lot of people really fighting going into this first lap here. Lovely to see, but please keep it easy and keep it clean as there is still plenty of time to go in this race. But like I said, 2 guys on those hard compound tyres, and we've got G-Force Nick on 1 set and Wojciech Steg on the other set. So everyone else is on those soft compound tyres going all the way down the back, and Lan has gone round and he's lost it at the back there, and it looks like he may have come into a little bit of a collision with TTV lost Yuki there, and everyone is going for, Micromash has hit the side of Tai. It's all going off at the back, and we've got TTV lost Yuki round, looks like he's lost his front left plate. All drama at the back of this field now. And not the best starts there for a few of those guys. Going a little bit further back up, Keefe up in the P13. Great start from him, putting pressure on the McLaren driver of Clammy Kid up into P12. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but a lot of drama going on. But now it's starting to ease out a little bit, so we'll have to wait and see. As we've got Niall and TTM all in the DRS zone, and they've got a nice little 4-car DRS train at the moment, Andy. But a lot of drama going on early on in that race.
Yeah, stacks of drama starting off this race, SJM. I'm pretty sure it'll settle down by the time we get halfway through our 3rd lap here at Bahrain. And the biggest gaps that we've got at the moment, 3.3 seconds. We talk about a champagne cork each and every single week. This week, that belongs to Hado in P8 in that Haas, 3.4 seconds. Then a whole host of cars all the way behind him, apart from Lam and Yuki, who've been under pressure and have both gone round. Watanabe gets himself up into P8 now. Wojciech Steg on those hard tyres has lost 5 positions. There's 10 seconds for Yuki speeding in the pit lane, and Yuki has decided to call it a night already on lap number 3, SJ.
Disappointing there from the Visa Cash App driver. But we've got drama going on here as Rider Bomb is up into P4, Nail Joe in P2. Great start there for them. Steg in that P7 position. Hado having a nice little battle there with Watanabe for that P8 position. Does have that penalty, but he's bringing a lot of other guys with him. Lexi Chandless is in that battle as well, and so is Clammy Kid, as Clammy Kid and Keithy and Armin are going at it, and Keithy trying to go for the move. Armin goes around the outside, has a bit of a tap there, loses control of the car, and he drops down into B14 and is going to follow a little bit flow back there. A lot of people making some audacious moves going into this early start to this race. Only 3 laps in, and we've seen a lot of drama happening already. Hado down there in P9 now, Watanabe up into P8. Steg still behind these guys, and you can see nice little DRS train start to form now, which is good to see. But listen, out in front, coming up to lap 4 out of 29. Back to you, Andy.
Yeah, Alessin still leading this race on lap 4. However, now Gio has managed to close that gap, that 1.2 seconds, and it's really kind of settled down a lot for that front 7 runners. Wojciech Steg hanging onto the back course, currently sat second in the championship behind Chandler's. Chandler's currently fighting Lexi and Watanabe and Hado for that P8 position. Really kind of shuffles it around a little bit from a championship perspective, but of course a long way to go. Wojciech will just want to stick it out, hang on to the back of this leading 6 cars, and then take advantage of that softer, faster, grippier compound of tyre for the second stint in this race. There will be, of course, a couple of changes of position, no doubt, every time we go down that long home straight, SJ, because, of course, the DRS will play a factor. But will it be a Lessin, Niall, Oscar, or will Wojciech Steg come through towards the latter stages of this race? Plenty of time left to go.
Yeah, definitely plenty of time, but what a start for the Red Bull in P2 and P4, so really, really good start for them. Oscar Liu, great start for him on his debut back and on returnee as well in that P3 position. So he is a quick driver. He's one to watch out for, especially in that Mercedes. And you've also got Steg on those hards as well, so keep an eye on him because he's just following the DRS. He knows he's in with a massive shot of winning this race as well, as we saw earlier on with the qualifying. But look at this. We've got 7 cars all in the DRS train at the moment. So as Oscar Liu goes for a move on the outside of Niall Jure, does he get the job done? Oh, he's going around the outside. Oh, Lessin gets it all wrong there. Or does he? Well, it could be a little bit of lag. We'll have to wait and see. As Niall Jure and Oscar Liu are going to go side by side. We've got Rider Bomb. He's got nowhere to go as well. Are we seeing a change here? Yes, we are. Oscar Liu up into P2. Good job there from the Mercedes driver. Niall Jure in that P3 position. Might have lost it there a little bit. Ilian now up into P4. He's made the jump on Rider Bomb. So we're seeing a few changes in that top 7 battle, aren't we, Andy?
Yeah, that was a little bit of a nudge from Rider Bomb on his teammate now, Gio, which unsettled the rear end of the Red Bull currently sat in P3 and allowed Illyrian. Obviously, Rider Bomb released off the throttle, and that allowed Illyrian in that Red Bull, that V-carb, to sneak the way through into P4. But still, they go nose to tail, 1 through 7, 5.7 seconds now the gap. Hado, still that champagne cork in the bottle, really fighting hard with Watanabe. Chandler's unable to get through. We've got a couple of kicks in Lexi and Respondec, either side of Clammy Kid in the McLaren in P12. And then we begin to see more gaps. Tai 1.8 seconds off the back now, down in P14 with GeForce Nick, the other hard runner, on staying in contention, let's say. As Clammy Kid has a look up the inside of Lexi, but decides not to bother in the end. Lamb now just trying to settle himself down back into it alongside Armin as well. We do have a couple of changes taking place. Rider Bomb, P5 challenging with Sammy. Oh, contact! Clammy Kid goes round. Huge.
Massive accident. I think that's with Lexi there. I don't know if Lexi lost it, and I've seen Clammy Kid make the overtake with the DRS. It looked like it was going to be easy done there, and unfortunately, Lexi has lost his front wing and he's completely gone off the track there. So a little bit of drama there. A noted a situation there for the McLaren driver of Clammy Kid. Hopefully he doesn't have too much damage to that McLaren internally. And we'll have to wait and see there. He's still got his front right and front left plate. Is in that P12 position, but has lost a little bit of time to Keefe there in P11, who is now chasing Chandler's in that P10 battle. And Chandler's is now ready to pounce on Hado, who is bringing all these guys into it, who is only 1 second behind Watanabe at the moment, as Watanabe is now trying to get and catch up to the back of Wojciech Steg. So a little bit of drama in Bahrain on lap 6 there between Clammy Kid and Lexi, who's dropped all the way down into P17 and will probably pit, get onto those hard compound tyres, and will go to the end of the race. And he's, I don't know what's happening here. I think he's gone way off track. Yeah, he has gone way off track there. So Tai all the way down in P18. You don't see that normally. As Oscar Liu does take the lead of this Grand Prix from Alessin, and he's in control of this race. But he's got some very, very quick guys behind him. Steg up in a P6, getting the job done on the Ferrari on those 6-lap hard compound tyres. And we've got Armin making the job done on Micromatch. So moves are happening at the moment, Andy.
Yeah, they are. And Wojciech Steg will have the better compound of tyre. Not too far down the road here, I believe. SJ, what kind of lap are we expecting these front runners to pit on the hard tyre? Pit onto the hard tyre, should I say?
Lap maybe 11. 11 or 12, I would say, maybe, and then just go to the hards to the end. I don't know. It depends on how far these softs are going to be able to go. I have been told that these softs and mediums are quite similar. So, yeah, they're a quick tyre, and you can push them for a distance, but how much? That's going to be the question, because these guys haven't really been fighting that much. They've just been, changing, rotating the DRS, as we see Oscar Liu up in the P1 now, Noel in P3 and TTM Alessin in P2, which we'll probably see that about to change very, very shortly. Steg just staying in that DRS at the moment in P6, doing a great job, I've got to say, on those hards. He's staying with the soft tyres, which is, that's saying something. Sammy in a real good position. Armin, not too much down there in P14. We'll have to wait and see as we're seeing some changes here. Here you go. So Oscar Liu, having a nice little battle there with Niall Jouer up in the P2. Niall Jouer goes around the outside. Chandler's getting a 3-second time. A 10-second time penalty for the championship lead of Chandler's for speeding in the pit lane. So people still do not understand the speed that you can go into Bahrain pit lane, Andy.
Yeah, careless from the championship leader that, and that's going to cost him quite a lot as he stuck a fresh set of soft tyres on as well, by the way. I don't know whether he's got some kind of damage and therefore had to get a new front wing, but yeah, down in P13 now for Chandler's. Clammy Kid had pitted and put on some fresh hard tyres. And is 2.6 seconds off the back of Chandler's. Watanabe on the fresh hards as well. Will come under pressure here from Chandler's into turn number 4. And with that extra little bit of grip, should get the job done. But we were looking at Watanabe trying to get the switcheroo on the Alpine, but the grip was far too good on those soft tyres there, SJ. Out in front, though, this is some battle. I'm really liking what we've got, these top 7 runners. Wojciech Steg's going to be the happiest boy out of the bunch, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's 4.5 tenths behind Riderbomb, staying on that DRS, doesn't need to do anything silly, just ride the DRS. And this is what people have got a little bit frustrated about this game now. It's just all about the DRS. If you stay in the DRS, you've got no chance. But look at all these guys coming into the pits. We've just seen Alessin come in, we've seen Noel come in, and we've seen Oscar come in. And they've done that very quickly. And unfortunately, you were talking to me earlier about what we're going to see on tyres. Everyone coming in on lap 9. So Ilian staying out, Ryder staying on.
Yeah.
They're continuing because he's on the best. He's on obviously the hards, and Sammy on those soft compound tyres. Where does the lesson and that lot come out? They come out right behind G-Force Nick, and they've all come behind each other. They've got out in front of the traffic of Lamb Micromash because they've all come into the pits as well. So yeah, that was very quickly decided to come into the pits then, Andy.
Yeah, there was a very quick decision, wasn't it? Now, Chandler's with that 10-second penalty, currently sat in P10, but a mere 31 seconds behind. As off the track goes Rider Bomb, by the way. He's going to come back on after turn number 10. still in the lead of this race. We've noticed that the guys here, SJ, down some of these straights are flicking between 6th and 7th gear as opposed to going all the way up into 8th. There's momentary flicks from 7th down into 6th. What do you think that is?
Probably just trying to get a little bit more speed, probably out of the car in some of those corners, and not taking it in flat. So easing off in the gears to get a bit more, a lot more traction going into the corner, probably, which then picks a little bit more overspeed going into that corner. We'll have to wait and see. But just talking about this, riders now coming in. We've also got Ilian coming in as well. Steg's going to continue. Sammy's going to continue. And we've got Ryder and Ilian. The question is, are they going to come out in front of Ellison? That's going to be the question. Ilian is just about to he's just coming into his pit box now. Ellison is coming down the main straight. How much is the overlap here? We'll have to wait and see. As where we've got, there's Ilian now. Oh, and Ryder's got the job on him. No, he hasn't. No, sorry, Niall. No, Ryder's got the job on him coming out the pits, and they're going to come right behind this battle between Alessin and Niall Jouer there. So good job there from the guys. They're not going to be that far behind. They're only about a second behind, so they'll pull in that DRS pretty quick. Question is now 9 laps for Keithy, 9 laps for Sammy, and obviously 9 laps on those hards for Steg. Steg is going to be on a very quick tyre at the closing stages of this race, but a great job from Keithy. I've got to say, he is all the way up into P3, but he is on 9 lap softs. Question is, how far is he going to jump down the pecking order when he makes that pit stop, Andy?
Yeah, I think he's going to tumble quite significantly. You know, he was battling around about that P8, 9, 10 at one point, wasn't he, when his teammate was in there as well? Maybe a little bit further down. Maybe it was Clammy Kid, so 10, 11, 12. So I think it'd be interesting to see if he comes out in front of Clammy Kid. That would be the kind of area I'd expect him to come out at. With a 7, 8 second gap between himself and now Gio at the minute. We obviously know that Niall will take the lead of the race at some point in the not too distant future as Sammy dives into the pit. He's the next one to watch in terms of the exit, and in goes Keithy as we said it. So Keithy and Sammy then, the 2 remaining runners on softs from the start, as Alessin takes the lead of the race, the net lead of the race, away from now Gio.
Oh, Sammy. Does he get the job done? Does he get the job done on Ryder? They're going to go side by side. He's got better grip to Sammy. He needs to get those tyres up to 10. And he's not going to get the job done. But great pit stop there from Sammy. Drops down into P7. Stays behind that battle at the moment for P6. All the way up into P1. There is a bit of a distance there from G-Force Nick. And we've lost Armin. He's decided to call it, unfortunately. That's a shame to lose him very early on in the Ferrari. He does know that... and he has obviously left. I don't know what's happened there with Armin. That's a little bit unfortunate. But a great job there for the Sammy. And that's one of the Ferraris that not going to score any points. Really unfortunate there. But yeah, some big strategies here that they've called very, very quickly. We're on lap 11 out of 29. And Steg's got a 15-second gap to G-Force Nick. So in control of this race at the moment. And this is the position he is going to be loving at the moment.
Yeah, Sammy and Chandler's obviously on a 2-stopper. On fresh, soft tyres with way over halfway of this race to go as well. So 2 stoppers for them. I don't know whether there was any damage involved with those guys, but I'm pretty sure Sammy was on both Sammy and Chandler's were both on that soft tyre to start with, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. And Niall Jouer does get the job done on a lesson there in that P4 position. Ryder Bomb and Sammy. Sammy up in a P5. He'll be over the moon. He's on soft compound tyres. So this is interesting. This is very interesting for Sammy. So he's gone two sets of softs and then probably maybe a hards. We'll have to wait and see here. Interesting strat from the Ferrari driver and also the Alpine driver of Chandler's. So both sets of softs, every single other person on the hard compound tyres. Now, Bahrain does say a 3-stint strategy. So, going to be interesting. It can do hards. I've actually done a stint at Bahrain in a different league and actually won the race on hard compound tyres when everyone pit for softs. I don't know how I done it, but I did.
Hmm.
They actually went on to yeah, they actually went on to the meeting. I know you seem amused, which is good. But no, the hards will go a long distance, and I reckon they'll be able to go to the end. So interesting strategy here. Going to be interesting to see what Steg and G-Force Nick do. They're in control at the moment, but Niall Giroux is 4.5 seconds to G-Force Nick. That that gap is starting to pull down slowly, not as probably fast as Niall wants, but he's bringing it in Alessin and Sammy in that battle. As Sammy on them soft campaign tires is just on the fastest lap, goes through the middle of Niall Joua up into P3. So that just tells you that those soft compound tyres are the better tyre for the time being in this race, Andy.
It does mean that they're the better tyre for right now, but probably not in about 7 laps' time when Sammy will dip into the pits again. So he's got an opportunity here. That gap now to G-Force Nick down to 3.6 seconds. He'll want to work away at that. And then, of course, he'll be looking to really try and pull a gap on Alessin and Niall if he possibly can. That's going to be tough, though, because he's going to drag the Williams and the Red Bull along with that DRS and with the help of punching a hole through the air for those two guys. So that'll help their tyre wear as well. Whereas his softs will begin to deteriorate. Yellow flags in Sector 2. And that looks like just a coming together of 5 cars there as they go round through their hairpin. With the Aston Martin, McLaren, Kick, Sauber, and then a couple of cars. That's another Aston Martin, and of course the Williams of Lamb as well. But yeah, 2.2 seconds. So that gap between Sammy and G-Force Nick is being eroded at some fair pace, SJ.
Yeah, it was 4.5, wasn't it? Oh, Tai has lost the back end there. And yeah, he's nearly. That could have been a DNF. That could have been a nasty DNF there. Tai may have internal damage on that Aston Martin. We'll have to wait and see there. Ilian up into actually losing out to Rider Bomb there into P7. But yeah, you're right. Sammy is motoring. And it was 4.5. It's now 1.6. So those soft compound tyres are doing a real good job. But Alessin and Niall are still keeping with him. So that P5 and P4 position are still keeping with Sammy at the moment. So he's trying to pull away, but he's also bringing those guys in to the battle as well. So he's going to be on the tail of G-Force Nick on the next DRS, which is coming up very, very shortly. But Steg out in front, 18 seconds. He's going to be over the moon. And if they start to battle, that's going to give them extra time as well. The question is when is he going to make a pit stop? And when is he going to go on them soft compound tyres? That'll be the question as well. And he'll get a good gauge of when Chandler's comes in. Because he's done 6 laps so far on those soft compound tyres. And he does have a pen, and he is chasing Oscar Lou, which is right in front of him. And he is gaining on Oscar Lou a little bit. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But good strategy for Steg, who has just gone past the pit lane. We're seeing yellows, Micromash and Hado going at it, P15, P16, for that last point. As Micromash, does he go for the move? No, he doesn't. At the moment, we'll look at Tai. Keep an eye on Tai. He has been struggling in this race. But Sammy overtakes G-Force for that P2 spot. Alessin takes P3. That then drops Niall into P5, and he'll want to get the job done pretty quick because he doesn't want to lose time to Alessin. That will hurt his race as he's about to pounce and go for a move on G-Force, and he's not going to hold him up at all. He knows he's on a better tyre, and he's up into P4. And at the moment, Steg now 70 seconds out in front, and still getting an insight of what Chandler's can do in that P9 position, who is right behind Oscar Lou. So the soft compound tyres doing a stellar job catching those hards at the moment, Andy, on that 15 out of 29.
Yeah, it really is. He's only taken about 3 or 4 tenths out of Wojciech Steg, though, Sammy. Of course, he doesn't have DRS now. He's got past G-Force Nick, as have Alessin and now Gio. But I do think that Wojciech Steg will probably try and wait it out another 4, 5, 6 laps on those hard compound tyres. Doesn't want to have dead soft tyres at the very end of this race. And I think with a 21-second pit stop gap, I think Sammy's really demonstrated quite ably that on the fresh, soft compound tyres, you can close a 4-second gap in an absolute heartbeat. So just be interesting to see how far he takes them and how much trust he's got in the soft tyre to last, 9-10 laps.
Yeah, definitely as Lessin just does make the move on Sammy in that P3, and Sammy is doing a fantastic job making up 4 positions in that P3 position. But we're going to go a little bit further down here, and Keithy doing a stellar job in that P10 position, looking at P9 as let's have a look. Is he looking at the P9 position? Yes, he is. Chalmers does have that 10-second penalty. So he is in a really good position. Climby Kid does make the move. Climby Kid suffered a little bit due to that incident with Lexi, who goes all the way down into P17. Bit of drama there. That lead is starting to eradicate at the top. 16 seconds, 16 laps out of 29. I think Steg is going to go 20 laps, and then he'll go softs.
Yeah. I would say somewhere between 19 and 21.
Yeah.
I think that's when he goes, makes that decision to dive in. Doesn't want to give himself, doesn't want that 17 seconds to erode down to, I don't know, like 14 seconds. I think he'll want to keep it around about the 15 and a half, 16-second mark. That gives him enough time to utilize those soft tyres and gain anything he loses.
Yes, very interesting indeed. And I do believe, I'm going to call it now, if nothing happens, Steg has got this race in the bag because he can go the distance. Lesson is quick, we know that. But, he's having a nice little battle here with Sammy. I don't know if they're switching to try and catch up. We'll have to wait and see. But if that does hold him up, then Steg is in a great position because he just needs to just stay, do what he's doing, stay on those hard compound tyres till the time, get onto the softs, and he is going to be on extremely more quicker tyres than all the top 3, and will definitely have a massive opportunity of winning this race near the end. So at the moment it is advantage Steg in case anything does happen. Prediction is out for safety car though, so we'll have to wait and see what happens, as you guys have voted and said yes, 500. Not too many people tonight. Micromash does have damage there, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Apparently, he may have lost his front left plate. We'll have to wait and see. Nope, no damage. Might have internal damage, Swift. I think that's with Matif there. But yeah, at the moment, Steg is in control of this race. Question is, though, who's going to take this P2, P3? It's going to be an interesting one here, as Niall Giroux is just staying in behind. Sammy, those tyres are going to drop off though, aren't they? He's not going to be able to continue at the end of this race. So, yeah, this is an interesting strat. These guys on the hards will just be able to go to the end now.
Yeah, again, Sammy, is he going to take them another 3 laps and then dive in for another set of fresh... he's got to go on to the hards. He's had 2 sets of softs so far, so he will have to go on mediums or hards to finish the race off. A little bit deep into turn 1 there from Naugio, but that gap now 16.1 seconds between the Red Bull and the McLaren of Wojciech Steg. So that gap not really being relinquished and eroded too quickly now. It seems like the 17-lap-old hard tyres aren't really being impacted too much as Niall, Alessin and Sammy, kind of that chasing trio, try and swap DRS to try and close in.
Yeah, so far so good at the moment. Pretty easy race for some of these guys, and then some of them just taking their time, which is good to see. But yeah, at the moment it doesn't look like what we're going to see. Oh, Oscar Lou getting a 3-second time penalty there. So yeah, that's not what you want to see. And that's Climby Kid now 8 seconds behind. He's on the 10-lap hards, and he's bringing in Keithy, Watanabe, and Lamb into that battle as well. So still big points up for grabs here. But there is gaps. There is big gaps. There's an 8-second gap between Climby and Oscar. And then Oscar, there's a 9-second gap between him and G-Force. And I'm just gonna work this out. I don't know what's happened with Oscar, because he was at this battle with these front 4 or top 4, and all of a sudden he's dropped all the way down into P8, which is really unusual to see. So I don't know what's happened with Oscar Lou, why he's dropped back so far from that top 4 pack because he was there with them. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we may well never know unless it's something that pops up into the steward's room later on in the week. But you're absolutely right. It's a shock to see him so far back and losing time as well, by the look of it. 9.10 seconds now losing time to a guy on older tyres out in front. I'm almost wondering if he's not in the lobby.
Yeah.
He's got right end plate damage. So the Mercedes has lost its right wing.
Oh, bad re-entry there. Ooh, that was a very, very bad re-entry. Turned the car around and Chandler's went right round the corner. So that will be noted by the onboard stewards there. That's not the best entry that we've seen there from the Mercedes driver. Talking about another Mercedes driver.
Wojciech pits.
Oh, there you go. So softs. Gotta be softs. Gotta be softs.
Yeah, red rims going on that McLaren. He will come out. He will come out in probably 5th position, maybe. Is he going to be able to get out in front of Illyrian and ride a bomb?
No, he's
as
not.
G-Force Nick dives in? No, he comes out behind both of them. So he's got a little bit of traffic to contend with now as the McLaren. But on the much, much quicker soft tyre, will need to find himself 8 seconds over the course of the final 10 laps of this race, SJ.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement going on here. Look at this. We can see a lot going on down here. We've got G-Force Nick coming out, and then we've got Watanabe getting in. We've got Clammy. We've got Keefe getting involved in that. A lot of drama going on here. So this is going to be a nice little battle here. Is Clammy Kid going on the right-hand side of Keefe. Gets the job done. And he also got Watanabe around the outside, doesn't get the job done, stays in that P10 position. Keefe is doing a phenomenal job tonight. Definitely one of the votes for probably driver of the day. We'll have to wait and see as we do come up with that very shortly. The question is now, Steg, massive opportunity, but he's got a big battle on his hands. I know he's only 6 seconds away from the leader, but he's got to pass all these cars in 9 laps, Andy. Can it be done by the McLaren driver of Steg?
Yes. Yes, he can. He's already done over a second on this one lap on relatively cold, soft tyres. We know that they can last. Sammy on 9-lap-old soft tyres, they have dropped off a little bit, and you can see he's dived into the pit lane now as the other guys make their way up through. One thing that Wojciech Steg doesn't have is much battery life left. He's had to flick into no engagement mode whilst he's behind Rider Bomb and Illyrian here, currently sat in P3 and 4. But he is going to make a move here. We'll see Wojciech Steg and some battery get right up alongside the V-carb of Illyrian and up in front of it as he squeezes himself in between the two cars of Rider Bomb and Illyrian then up into P4, and that gap now 5.3 seconds already in Sector 1.
Yeah, he's flying. He is absolutely flying. Look how quick he is behind. He's got the job done there. Oh, Lamb is out. There's a big incident here.
Crash.
There's a big accident.
Safety car.
We've seen a safety car come out. Oh, this is going to make it very, very spicy. And Lamb and Clammy are out of this race. So they've come together somehow. That's really, really unfortunate there.
They've come together. Yeah.
They have come. I don't know what's happened there. We'll have to wait and see. I've missed it. I've missed it completely. So I'm trying to between turns 3 and 4. They've come together on between turns 3 and 4, climbing up the hill, just probably at the start of the DRS zone, right where that safety car, right where you can see that safety car stopped right now on track after turn 3. They were both in the wall on the left-hand side of the track. Been a coming together when somebody's tried to make an overtake with DRS, and that has done them both. It was indeed Edge on a straight. Or so it seems, anyway. Turn 2 and 3, apparently. So, okay. All right. Well, we are seeing a few guys coming to the pits. Steg is coming to the pits. He's coming into the pits as well. He's going to go on soft, brand spanking fresh soft tyres. Good choice. Good choice from Steg. Does he get out? Where's he going to come out? This is going to be the question. It looks like it's going to be P3. Now he's got a battle on his hands because the two guys in front of him are on the soft compound tyres. So he thought that he had it in the bag, and a safety car comes out on lap 22 out of 29. That is so unfortunate for Wojciech Steg. Keefe into the pits as well. So we've got a massive opportunity now to see everyone score points, which is even better, and also
Yeah.
a massive opportunity to bring everyone back into this race on who is going to win it. That's going to be the question.
Yeah, it's now up for grabs. It really is up for grabs now with Alessin, now Gio, Wojciech Steg. The guys who've probably been the three quickest over the course of qualifying and into the race. We've obviously got Oscar Liu, who started off early. He's on the fresh softs as well now in P6. Will have managed to get that front wing replaced, but does carry a 3-second penalty. So plenty of opportunity for anybody really in that top 10 to try and make some inroads, depending upon traffic and other people coming into contact and causing other accidents. SJ.
Yeah, definitely. Just put a prediction in. Who's going to win this race? Get your votes in. TTMLS and Niall, Steg, Ilian, Ryder, or other. So feel free to get your votes in. 43 people. Let's see 43 votes, guys. Let's see some big numbers. Let's see some surprises there. Anyone could win this race. We'll have to wait and see. We've got other and we've got the top 5 at the moment. 22 laps in. This is the first safety car of Bahrain. Don't normally see safety cars here in Bahrain, but we are tonight. It's a very interesting night ahead that we've lost 4 cars of Lamb, Clammy, Armin, and lost Yuki. Lost Yuki and Armin very early on. And then, unfortunately, Clammy and Lamb looked like there was an incident coming together. We'll have to wait and see what the onboard says. We didn't catch it, unfortunately, so we'll have to wait for their footage. It wasn't on stream, hence why I reported it. There we go. So we'll have to wait and see. Unfortunate there. FER Benny Seal. Thank you very much for the follow, mate. Really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. And yeah, we're going to see what these guys are made of. What's your thoughts here? And we're going to then start to go over to driver of the day as well. So we'll do that on about lap 26 and get your driver of the day, Andy. But what's your thoughts? What we're going to see now? We've got 3 pens, right? And Chandler's has served his pen, so we'll be happy about that. Micromash has got 10 seconds, unfortunately. Lexi's got 3. Oscar Liu is still stuck with that 3 seconds, which could hurt him in this race now. What do you think we're going to see? It's not been the night for the championship leader, unfortunately, tonight, due to the incident in quali. But a great job from Keefe tonight. But these front 3, we've seen the pace of Steg, we've seen the consistency of Niall, and we've seen the supreme pace of the newcomer of TTM Lesson. What do you think are we going to see on this safety car restart?
I think we're going to see absolute barnstormer, quite frankly. And I think as long as those 3 stay out of trouble, I think they've got what it takes to put a gap between themselves and Illyrian. Rinderbaum has shown some good pace this evening throughout qualification. And, of course, during the race, hence he's up in that top 5. Oscar Liu with the 3-second penalty is going to be a problem for him. Sammy showed some magnificent pace on the soft tyre as well. And Keith's done a great race. G-Force Nick still in with a shout. But, of course, we've got this. We've got these gaps that will be there now from the safety car restart. It's all reliant upon how these front 3 get away. And for me, who's leading at the start of lap 29. It's going to be an interesting finish to this race. But I'm guessing they'll want to be composed till lap 28, 29, SJ.
Yeah, we're also seeing here that Tai is on hard compound tyres 17 laps. So, unless he's trying to do a JF7 that we saw the other night, which was phenomenal, I've got to say, last week in Austria, this is not going to go to plan for him. So, I reckon we should see him onto the soft compound tyres and going into the pits, because those hard compounds aren't going to do anything against, well, you've got 14 runners on the softs as Halo's coming in for fresh softs. Interesting strat there. We'll have to wait and see. What's Taito going to do here? We're going to see Taito. We've got to see Taito coming in. We're not going to see Taito coming in. Okay, that is very interesting, guys. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Looks like he's going to stay on those hard compound tyres, which is unfortunate. Just going to quickly.
Yeah, it is. I kind of like that from Haydo, though. Nothing to lose. Oh, Tudor says he's on AI.
Is he in the lobby, though?
Convinced Tai was.
Is he in the lobby? That's what I want to know.
He is in the lobby.
Right. So why is he on hards? Yeah, confusing. Very, very.
I am confusion.
He's in the lobby, but then why is he not pit? You know, you got 24 laps out of 29, and you're on 18 lap hards against every single person. He's been on AI for ages. Okay, all right. Was that a DSQ then? That could be a DSQ for Tai. That could be.
Yeah, maybe he did pick up some damage.
Okay, all right. Tudor, note that, please, mate. We'll note that down. That could be a DSQ for the Aston Martin driver. We'll have to wait and see what happens because he's now right in the mix of it with Haydo and Lexi. And Haydo's just gone on brand new softs. He will not want his race stuffed over by an AI car if that is the case. We do have the safety car coming in on lap 24 out of 29. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. Russian Robot just jumping in. Welcome, my friend. Had an incident between Lamb and Clammy, both out. Of course, the safety car. So we'll have to wait and see. I don't know what the situation is with Tai. I've asked. I've flicked him a message. I've not heard anything. He's just on AI. So we'll have to wait and see. But Andy, I'll let you take it away, and then we'll start wrapping up our driver of the day on lap 26. Over to you.
Yeah, just on board here with Wojciech Steg then as Alessin gets us underway to start lap 25 of 29 here for the Bahrain Grand Prix, round number 13, Rush Racing League's Division 1. Wojciech just about 7.5 tenths behind these front two. Later on the brakes closes that gap right down, but it will be Alessin leading these guys away at the start of lap 25 with now Gio in close contention. Illyrian Rider Bomb, Oscar Lou, Sammy in P7, it's Keith Respondek P8, Chandler's nicking P9 from GeForce Nick with Wanton ABP 11, Micromash P12 with Lexi also with a penalty, as well as Micromash in 13, Haydo 14, Tai at the back, didn't get in the way of Haydo thankfully in P15. But Alessin leading the way, 3.8 tenths out in front of now Gio. A similar gap then, back to that Wojciech Steg McLaren. Can Wojciech Steg, you can see already a small gap beginning to form. If Wojciech can hang on to the back of the front two, will he leave Illyrian in the dust? There is a little bit of a gap forming. It'll be interesting to see how these guys manoeuvre that forward over the course of the next 3 or 4 laps. But Illyrian does actually do a good job and gets it back down to half a second gap. Nose to tail then from P1 all the way down to P14. No room for error then. Last 5 laps of this race. And it'll be interesting, SJ, just to see who makes moves early. I don't really want to see people making moves too early. That's the bit that can cause problems for us, right?
Yeah, no, definitely there. This is going to be the question about who has got the ERS management. We are going to have the DRS train there as well. Lovely move there from Ryder past Illusion up into P4. Red Bull smashing it tonight. P4 and P1. Steg in P3 really does want to try and push through, but he has got some serious competition out in front in Alessin and Niall tonight. Niall has been phenomenal all season since he observed. He has burnt a little bit of his ERS though. 92% on Alessin, 100 on Steg. Steg is looking, they are all on the same amount of tyres. We are going to go to a driver of the day. Who is your driver of the day tonight, Andy?
I think I'm going to choose Rider Bomb. Rider Bomb's had a phenomenal qualification and a phenomenal race so far. And I think I'm going to choose Rider Bomb because he's a new name up towards the top, if you like. Not one of the usual protagonists out in front, so I'm going to choose him.
All right, cool. Well, that's really good to see. We've got to go with that. We're going to put this vote in, guys. We're going to pin that. There you go. So there's your driver of the day. We are going to quickly put a poll in before, because this race is not over. It's going to get very, very juicy very soon. So Ryder is one of your votes and Keithy is my vote. So they are the driver of the day. We'll put it to 5 minutes. We'll start the poll. Remember to get your vote in straight away. There's mine. There we go. Put yours in as well if you want, Andy. We're on lap 27 out of 28, out of 27 out of 29. A lesson up in a P2 now. Steg in a P2. Niall dropping down into P3. Can the Red Bulls work together and get the McLaren and the Williams? This is a really good position to be in. Even if the race finishes like that, they'll still be happy. Oscar Lou up into P5, does have that 3-second time penalty. Ilian down into P6. We saw Sammy, he's been fantastic tonight. Steg is ready to pounce on a lesson. He's going to wait for the right move. It's going to get very, very interesting in the next couple of laps, Andy. I do not know how we're going to call it. We've got the prediction in. 99% are saying a lesson's winning this. 0% on Niall. We've got no confidence in Niall tonight. 1% saying Steg. 86,000k on a lesson to win this race tonight. They are that confident that he has got this in the bag, Andy.
Yeah, that little cheeky punt by somebody, 500 channel points on Wojciech Steg. That is looking like an enormous payout. If Wojciech Steg in the McLaren can work his way past the Williams. We've got 3 laps to go. Is it 2 laps to go then? Lap 28 and lap 29, the penultimate lap of this Bahrain Grand Prix. We've got an Aston Martin coming out of the pits in front. That's tight on that AI strat that we talked about earlier on. Hopefully he doesn't get in the way, but will he give DRS to Wojciech Steg, who's taken the lead of this race? Will it get to a point where Wojciech Steg gets to the back of the Aston Martin and picks up? No, Wojciech Steg has left the session, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try and get him back in.
I can't. I've not got him as a friend. Oh, it's all gone wrong for Steg. Oh no, that is crucial. And then Lesson is now into P1, Niles into P2. What is that Aston going to do? Hopefully that gets out of the way. Because if it doesn't get out of the way, it's got so many cars coming towards it. Everyone's going, no, my prediction, he's got out of the way. Well done, Tai. Great job, mate. You've got so many cars behind you. There is a massive train. And Lesson has got the massive opportunity. Can Niall do it tonight? This is going to be the question. Yes, Evan, he was on for it. He was on for the job. He's gone all the way down to P10. This has been absolutely crucial for Steg, and he's now going to get overtaken by Micromash and drop down to P12. It's absolute drama. I can't believe it's happened. It's happened. Ilian has left the session as well. We've lost another. Oh, that's 2. Oh, my days.
Oh, my God.
What is going on? And we're on the last lap of Bahrain. And I'm going to have to take it away, as I always do, while Andy tries and gets these guys in. We've got the 2 Red Bulls going at it. Who wants to win this? Niall goes for the lead. Does he get the job done? Ellison goes deep. Niall goes around the outside. They're going to go side by side. Ellison still stays out in front. Here we go. We've got Niall and Ryder. Are they going to do a shake and bake on the Williams? We'll have to wait and see. Oscar Lou there is in P4. Still has that 3 seconds, so he will drop further down a position there. Keeping up in a P6, ladies and gentlemen. What a drive he's had tonight. Niall Scher and Ryder Bomb, they've got to try and get the move on a lesson. Oscar Lou goes for the move on Ryder. Going to go side by side. There's a bit of a tap. Does he force him off track? That might be looked at by the stewards, the onboard stewards. I'm sure Tudor will note that. Niall Scher still on the back of TTL Ellison. 29%. Ellison's got 48. He has timed this to perfection with his ERS. Niall's got one more chance, and that is down the last main straight of Sector 3. He's saving it. 3.5 tenths back. He can do it. Is he going to do it? This is the question. 22%, 300, nearly 2.5. He's got one more shot to do it. He's burning everything he can. 13. Ellison has got 13. They're both on the same amount of ERS. It looks like it's going to be a win for the debutant driver of TT, Liam Ellison. That was a bit of a mouthful, but I got it right. Ellison is going to win the Bahrain Grand Prix, round number 13. Niall Scher in P2, Ryder Bomb in P3, a double podium for Red Bull. Phenomenal work there from the Red Bulls tonight. Andy, back to you.
Yeah, super stuff. A lesson on his debut in Rush Racing League Division 1. Takes the win. What a drama-filled race. An absolute carnage for two cars that disconnected and then pitted for some medium tyres on the penultimate lap. Driver of the day for the game goes to Keithy. In that kick Sauber, super drive from him. And actually, do you know what? Keithy's won the vote in here as well, so well done to him. But what a finish to the race. I cannot believe Wojciech Steg. If anybody's going to take their wheel off and hurl it across the pit lane tonight, surely it's him.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Absolutely fantastic. I'm just getting the guys in now. TTMLS, and what a night for him. I'm just trying to see there. Keithy did get driver of the day. Well deserved as well for him. So we'll get him in. But that is absolute drama. That definitely spices up the championship, doesn't it? No Jono tonight. Steg not getting the result that he needed there, falling all the way back due to a connection issue. That is so unfortunate. You just can't call that. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it's so.
Yeah, big winner tonight, mate. Big winner tonight's now Gio.
Yeah, massive. We're just waiting for the results to come. I don't think we're going to get the results. Oh, I think it's going to go straight to the main menu.
Oh, you didn't get him?
No, it's not giving us the results. So, a lot of problems tonight with EA, which is really unfortunate. So, if anyone is still in the game or has got the results, please let us know. Ryder, that's such a shame. Will we be able to get David in? Let's see if we'll be able to get David in. See if David's got something to say. Can you jump in? All right. Well, we've got two of the guys in, which is really good to see. We're waiting on Keithy to jump in as well. But while we do that, before we do that, then let's we've got Keithy jumped in. Before we do get there, that until we can get David, that would be great to get David in, see what he's got to say. Give us a bit of a summary of that tonight. What your thoughts were to that, because that was what an end, what a drama end there we had. I couldn't call that.
Yeah, well, I thought Wojciech Steg played his hand perfectly before that safety car incident between Clemmy and Lammy. Really, that soft tyre, he was closing in, and he would have closed in quite fast as well and got himself past. But the fact the safety car came in, still, he looked like he was in great shape. It was a wonderful race. I just wish we hadn't had the safety car so we could have seen how that kind of played out towards the back end there. But really, a good race all round. I think, obviously Wojciech's going to be absolutely devastated with the end result. But Alison, super stuff. What an entry into Rush Racing League, beating his friend, I believe, in Niall.
Yeah, and I think he's actually he might have brought a few people in as well into the league, which is even better. And we'll jump on board with him in a second. But yeah, no, what a night! What a night! A lot of people are going to be looking at it going, would have Steg won that race? That was the question. He was on very, very good tyres due to the safety car, and then the safety car changed things up a bit. And a lesson. He's just won 86,000 channel points for someone, so they're going to be over the moon. We may even see someone coming in for a track prediction, so congratulations there. But first, we're going to take it off with our driver of the day. Because this person has had a fantastic night. And I'll let you take this one away first before we do interview some of the podium winners. So over to you, Andy, for Keithy.
Yes, Keithy. So
hello.
A little bit of a frustrating start to the evening. But
yes.
What a drive. Talk to us about your how you feel now that you're sat in here talking to us after what was a sensational drive, my friend.
I'm a bit happier. Good drive. I mean, I feel like I could have got P5 if I was a little more aggressive, but I'm still really happy with it. I kind of just sat around and watched everyone crash in front of me. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic stuff, mate. Super stuff. And whilst all that was going on around you, did it take you long to relax and get that frustration out of your system, or did you just utilize that as a bit of determination in the first half of that race?
Bit of determination in the first part, but in the end, before the last couple laps safety car, I was just happy to stick it in P8 or P9 because I thought the guys behind it aren't going to catch me. I have way better tires and better pace, so I'll just drive away. And then the safety car was kind of a Hail Mary.
Yeah, for sure. Super stuff, mate. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay.
Over to you, SJ.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right, well, Keithy, mate, what a night. Obviously, quali, we'll put this to it. Crap. Unfortunately, you were last, and it was looking likely. Oh, it's not a good night, unfortunately, and all this and all that, and then wow, you P6, mate, in a race that had a little bit of drama. You might have probably gone on a little bit of luck due to obviously some of the connection issues there. Two drivers, unfortunately, losing connections right at the end. But first, just give us a little bit of an insight into the race tonight, mate.
Well, at the start, I had a really good jump, just a really good getaway. Gained about 7 positions off the start. I was up to 13th. Then there was like a bunch of nose to tail contact in front of me. I lost a bit of time trying to not get a broken front wing, dropped down a bit. But for most of the race, I was sitting in a DRS train with cars with broken wings. So that was pretty annoying, obviously. Like, you'd get past, you'd pull away to about 8/10, and then they'd save all their battery and come back at you. But that, it was a really good race. Plenty of overtakes, plenty of fun. Yeah. Finished ahead of Chandler's.
Yeah. Well, that's another one, isn't it? It's like another knife to the throat there. The other question is what the go with the situation. I don't know if you saw it between Lamb and Clammy. That was around about the same time that you were in that.
Yeah.
Can you give us a bit of an insight?
I took the lead. That lap. So we were going down the straight. Me and Clammy were DRS swapping. I went down the inside and I was fine. I broke where I normally broke. Then, from what I heard from my TP, either Lamb or Watanabe hit Clammy into me. I got pushed a little bit wide, but I'd driven off because I was still side by side. And I literally looked back at the perfect time to see them both just sailing into the wall. I've got no idea what happened. I think they wheel locked and you just couldn't get out of it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens to the stewards. No, honestly, mate, congratulations. We had a little bit of drama tonight, obviously with the first lobby, but we got there in the end. Massive result. Is this your best result this season?
I don't think so. I think I had a P5 or a P4.
I'm gonna look this up.
I think at Abu Dhabi I did better, but I can check too.
Let's have a look. Got all the stats in front of me, mate. All of
Qatar, I also got P6.
The best finish was P4 this season. And your best qualifying position is P9. Now you're asking me, mate. These are just numbers.
Abu Dhabi. Yeah.
There you go. You know more than me. No, honestly, mate, great job. Going into next week, which is Mexico. I do remember. How you feeling around there? It's a track where tire degradation, very, very similar to tracks like Coda, is very, very bad, and especially the S's. We've seen a lot of accidents in Russia's history in the S's. How you feeling around Mexico?
Really good because I'm racing there tomorrow for another league, so I've already got plenty of practice in, so I can just add on to that practice for next week too. So I already know I've got the pace there. I'll just add it on to Rush too.
Well, nice to see.
It's a track I've always been good at.
One more question I'm going to ask you before we go. We're starting to see the battles really starting to push in now. Obviously, we've seen this dominance between Mercedes and McLaren from start to finish.
Yeah.
And then we've obviously got the 4 other teams, which is obviously Aston Martin, Williams, Sauber, and then obviously Red Bull. We're now starting to see Sauber start to make their way up. There's only 20 points between you and Williams, and only 40 points between you and Aston Martin for the P3 position. What's the end goal at the moment for Sauber going into the end of the season?
Well, I'm better than the Williams and Aston drivers, so it just depends if I have a teammate that can also help me get points.
I don't know if you are, mate, because the lesson smoked it tonight.
Oh yeah, he's new. Yeah, he's way faster than me. My bad, I forgot about him. Yeah, I was gonna say. I was thinking of Shifty and Lamb, but
Ooh.
I've remembered that Alessan drives now.
Yeah, so no plan for the remainder of the season at the moment, just taking each race as it comes.
I go as fast as I can, try to win the races. Yeah, pretty
Yes.
simple.
Well, great job, mate. Absolutely fantastic job. You definitely deserve driver of the day. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week in Mexico.
Yeah, thanks, SJ. Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks, Andy.
Take care, buddy.
All right, Andy, we'll go over to the Red Bull. Now, unfortunately, Ryder is not here, which is unfortunate. He had to go away and have some dinner. So we'll take it off to our number one reserve driver in Niles. Yeah, over to you, Andy.
Niall, good evening to you, sir, or good morning, actually, I guess, for you and I. Well, actually, good afternoon. Hope you had a good race. It looked like a really competitive run there between yourself, Alessin, and unfortunately Wojciech dropped out toward the end due to connection. Just talk us through the race, mate. How were you feeling as we got towards the latter stages in that battle?
Man, it was a tough one. I forgot to eat something before, to be honest, so I did the race really hungry the entire time, which was definitely cost me a few attempts, I reckon, but man, it was something different. It was just also me just following the pack as well, making sure I get the DRS and do perfect ERS management, which to be honest wasn't really the case, but that's not the point. But yeah, at the end, it's unfortunate what happened to Wojciech. Unfortunately, that would have been a huge result for him. Obviously, he's got that 5-second penalty as well, but yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. But yeah, I knew a solid podium would come today as well. I had a race on Monday at Bahrain, so I didn't go well, but that's not the point either. But yeah, I knew I could use that pace and bring it on to today as well to get a good result for Red Bull.
Yeah, no, good stuff, mate. It was a cracking race, and I think if we take a look at the championship for a minute, it does look like you were probably the big winner tonight when it comes to looking to close in on those leaders, with Chandler's finishing below you. Obviously, Alpha Gully finishing below you. Tom Stroke Garez, Jono Stroke Garez not finishing. Not starting tonight. So, yeah, all looks like a really good weekend for you, my friend. Next week, it's Mexico. How are you fixed for Mexico?
I won't be there for Mexico because I'm away at Monaco, unfortunately. So, yeah, it's a shame. I normally enjoy Mexico a lot, but yeah, I won't be there, unfortunately.
You're in Monaco, so my heart doesn't bleed that much. Well, congratulations tonight, another good finish. Now, I'll pass you over to main man SJ.
Niall, mate, you never seem to disappoint when you reserve here. Phenomenal driver, mate. You've just been absolutely outstanding all season. And like I said, I've been trying to get you into full time. You might as well be a full time driver, mate. You've done 6 races out of the 13. This is obviously number 7, I think. A great night. Very interesting night between obviously your friend who won, obviously P1, who took the race, but a really, really good night for Red Bull. P2 and P3. That's a phenomenal night. How do you feel that the race went for both of you tonight? And can you give us a little bit of a bit of a report from your teammate Riderbomb as well?
The first point about full time. I mean, yeah, you're right. Where's Andy gone? But I have definitely, as you can probably imagine, a lot of team bosses or team principals in my DMs. Did get a very, very interesting offer though, so we'll see if I take it or not. I will maybe make my mind up eventually this week.
Can you
Most
let
likely, but yeah, we'll let you know. But
now, come on, give it.
Yeah, but the race itself, yeah.
Give us an inkling. Who's the offer from?
I'm not. No,
The team.
I'm not. No, I'll tell you later. No, I'm not. No, I'm not going to spoil it.
Oh
no,
no, you could have given.
I'll let the viewers find out themselves. But yeah, but the race, yeah. I mean, really, really good that the teammate got a P3. It's really solid points. Red Bull. This is the team principal's proud, obviously, as ever. To be honest, every race is just the results keep coming in for Red Bull. It's really good. The points. Who knows if it wasn't without me, but if it was without me, but yeah, I mean, it's important also to bring teammate along to that P3.
Let's talk about this then, because this is obviously a big conversation that these guys obviously seem to keep bringing up. Is obviously EU, OCE, obviously 3 drivers tonight on the grid, all from Europe. What was the driving like from your point of view, from your POV, in regarding connection and stuff? Because obviously 25 is around the corner. We're hoping obviously we're going to see a lot more better servers. We're not going to see people teleporting left and right and into other games and all sorts of stuff going on. We're doing our best of what we've got. But for you tonight, how did you find it from your point of view?
Honestly, it wasn't ideal
Sorry?
at all. Behind, it wasn't ideal at all. Behind Allison and Wojtek, for example, and at the end, it was the connection was not ideal at all to neither of them two. Well, obviously, Wojtek disconnected. That might have been the cause of the disconnection, obviously, but with Allison as well, yeah, it was just jumping around a bit. I had to be a bit careful behind him, obviously, and passing him as well to make sure we don't have contact. I think we did have contact at one point early in the race into turn number 1 because his car was jumping a bit in the braking zone, and I also broke a bit late, but that's not the point. But yeah, I mean, it'd be nice with EU servers, obviously, but we'll get there one day, I think.
Yeah, we will do. We're obviously looking at changing things up for next season, bringing in an EU league for you guys. Because obviously Russia has brought in a lot of drivers from obviously top leagues like PSGL, WR. We obviously go a lot. We've known each other for quite some time now, Niall, in WRR and that. So obviously, hopefully that will bring in more drivers, and obviously you've brought in your friend as well. So how do you feel that you're going to go for the remainder of the season? I know you're not here for Mexico. You're up there, obviously P4. You're causing a bit of a party pooper, if I call it that, because obviously Jono was not there tonight. He's in that P3 position. Chandler's didn't have the best of nights, and obviously Gully did disconnect. So you've got an opportunity that even if you don't win any of these races, and with probably about 5 races left, you could even win this championship, maybe.
We'll see. Yeah, if I take a look at the tracks, I think I had a look last night. It wasn't particularly ideal for me. Yeah, the last
It never is.
the last after Mexico, the last 4 races, it's not ideal at all. These races, Baku, Silverstone. I know someone who loves Silverstone, but yeah, Baku Silverstone is going to be a bit of a nightmare, if I'm honest. But I have to make the most of it. Obviously, we can. I mean, I'll see. Really, time will tell whether I'll bring that huge championship charge or not. But if I don't get tired, obviously in the morning, if I want to sleep, depends obviously. But now race is a bit later, so I can definitely think I can make all the races remaining if I'm not on holiday.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate every time you jump in and give it a go. And congratulations on the P2 tonight. Phenomenal. Just didn't feel like you had it in the tank in the end there. Didn't use the ERS to catch a lesson at the end.
Yeah, I was thinking to maybe get Alison and Wojtek maybe lap before the lap 28. Where then recharging is super difficult around here, so didn't have the battery. I had to the last lap was definitely interesting against my teammate. Didn't have DRS for second straight, no battery. He did as well. Well, he had DRS, so that was a bit close. But yeah, I have to see how I can improve next time.
Yeah, well, great job, mate. I'm really, really impressed with you again, and you can definitely have bragging rights to your mate. Well, he'll have bragging rights over you this time, unfortunately.
I will.
Awesome. Take care, Niall. Thank you very much, and have a good weekend.
Yep. See.
All right, we're going to go over to our winner tonight, and it is in the Williams, a brand new driver that has joined Rush literally today. Fantastic drive. Listen, mate, welcome to Rush Racing League, and welcome to the family, mate. What a night that was for you tonight. You definitely showed that you've got some serious pace, and obviously some background checks that we did on you before the racing, which is fantastic to see, and obviously highly recommended from Niall as well. But give us a bit of an insight on your first debut in Rush Racing League.
Yeah, it was a good race. It was good fun. The safety car was a bit stressful though, because now and I had a 5 or 6 seconds gap, and it would have been like either P1 or P2 guaranteed without the safety car. But yeah, it made it a little bit more fun in the end. So not too bad. Was just managing the race from the start, and I think nice result, nice debut. Couldn't have been any better.
No, definitely not. No, if you were going to win the lottery, that would make it even better. But unfortunately, that's not the case. We saw you qualifying in Q1, mate. That was a very, very impressive start, especially in Q1. Was it 26-7 in Q1 before we even started? So you obviously had the confidence that you had the pace around Bahrain. But unfortunately, Steg beat you to it in Q3.
I think I got pole actually in the last run in Q3, but Bahrain is one of my best tracks. So I practiced already for last week. I had the same race as now for a team championship in Bahrain, which I also won. And of course, my pace at Bahrain is just really good in general. So I was very confident that I could at least fight for pole. And of course, I really wanted to win the race as well. And yeah, both of that happened. So good result, and also very happy to see Mal up there as well, because he's my teammate in TTM, of course, and he's a good friend of mine, so it's great to see.
Awesome. No, definitely highly recommended as well. And what a night for obviously the TP of Williams as well, of Dido. And the race didn't seem to go to plan at first because Steg was out in front, obviously on those hard compound tyres for quite a period of time. Did you know that 9 times out of 10 he was going to go onto the softs and then just push, and it was going to be a bit of a bit difficult for you guys to try and catch up with him on those hards? But then obviously, unfortunately, the safety car came out and changed the whole dynamics of this race and turned it upside down again, which we love to see on the last 3-4 laps of racing.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting like everyone to go on hard because normally the strategy is hard soft, but for some reason most of the people at the front went on soft, and yeah, that just helped the McLaren massively. He could just stay in the DRS with the people that were a little bit slower than us, so he had DRS for like the whole soft stint. Normally, when we do soft hards, we are like 8 seconds clear of him when we pit, but this time it was different because, the people behind us were also on soft, so it was almost impossible to break away from the McLaren. And yeah, we kind of knew if there was no safety car, he probably would have catched us and possibly even gapped us by 5 seconds, because he had better pace than us anyway, because he is PC and it's a little bit faster than what we have. And he is a good driver, of course. I know him from when he was on PlayStation as well. So yeah, it was we kind of got lucky for the safety car to win on track, but otherwise I think he had a 5 second penalty. So after stewards we would have won anyway. So yeah, it was not ideal to see everyone start on soft, because normally it doesn't happen around Bahrain.
Yeah, it's an interesting track.
He got unlucky with the disconnects and everything. So it would have been a good battle with him.
I don't know if he's broken a PC because of that, because that would be very, very frustrating. He's in a battle between you and Niall for the win, and he was right on your tail, and he seemed to have serious pace, and it looked like he was going to try and make a move. So yeah, really unfortunate, dropped all the way down, I think down to P11. Unfortunately, didn't get the results at the end. So if anyone who is still tuning in and did race tonight, if you do have your classification results, please send them to me in a DM so I can work out what the results were, but we'll have to wait and see. And listen, obviously next week is Mexico. Obviously, this was your first night. Will we be seeing you again? Did you enjoy yourself? I know that this game has probably come at the wrong time, and we probably be looking forward to seeing you go into 25. But do you reckon we'll see you on the track once more for the remainder of the season?
Yeah, for Mexico, 100%. And then after Mexico, we'll have to see how everything goes as well, because I'm very busy in real life.
Yep.
But Mexico is one of my favorite tracks as well, so I don't want to miss that one.
Well, we always race this time in the morning, but technically not red flags. Normally we don't have
Yeah,
them,
I
unfortunately.
mean, it doesn't really matter because I have enough time anyway now, so.
Okay, awesome. Well, it'll be great to have you on board, and mate, absolutely phenomenal debut for you tonight. Yeah, you've got one over on your mate, so you can start DMing him and sending him funny memes that you're better than him as well.
Yeah, I think it's like 10-0 now, isn't it?
Oh,
What? Come on. It's not 10-0.
It's-
And what was Monaco? What was Monaco? Where's Monaco?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
no, we're
yeah.
about to
Come
start
on,
the
come
debate live on stream. Lovely. TTM,
Nah, we
hey,
won't.
great job, bro. Well done. Obviously, Dida will be absolutely chuffed with you for the points for him for Williams tonight. And yeah, we can't wait to see what you can do again next week in Mexico.
Yeah, we'll see. Thank you.
Cheers, man. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. They are all your podium winners. Unfortunately, we could not talk to Ryder finishing in P3, Niall finishing in P2, and obviously our new debutant tonight, TTM Alessin finishing in P1 in the Williams, and driver of the day going to Keithy. We did lose Andy. I think, unfortunately, he's gone. He just always seems to leave at the right time when I'm doing interviews. But oh well, it is what it is. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. Thank you very much to all of our followers as well. FER, Benny, CL, Ninja Miller Plays. Thank you very much for the follows. Really appreciate it. Big up to all of our main sponsors. Our main sponsor, AI369. Feel free to check them out in the comments in the stream. Also Pagnian and SimLab and Speed Nation. New Zealand only. Remember, there's more action for the remainder of the week and the weekend. We've got Division 2 and 4 tomorrow night at Coda, back to full qualifying as normal. So it's going to be very interesting. Watch out for those S's. Track limits could be the key there. We'll have to wait and see. Then we head over to Division 5 on the Monday at Coda as well. Division 6 on the Tuesday at Coda, and then the last one of the week at Coda for Division 3. Reserve program on the Thursday, and then as always, we do our socials on the Friday if you want to get involved as well. And if you do want to race up against these quick guys, which they are rapidly fast, and you saw that tonight, what a night that was for a debutant and TTM a lesson, and a great night for Red Bull as well. David, the TP, will be absolutely over the moon with that. That's some serious big points going into the overall battle of the constructors, and also the constructors in Division 1 as well. Very unfortunate for Illyrian tonight and Steg losing connection at the end. It's not the things you want to see, unfortunately, but the game is cooked, and we're trying our hardest as always, and we're just waiting and counting down the days of F125, so which is not that far away now. So thank you very much for everyone tuning in. As always, thank you very much for Andy as well for jumping in and comms. And as always, I will leave you another quote. There is a new man on the block, and he drives in the Williams for the time being. Where will he drive next? It's TTM Lessons night. Good night.
I'll send you the results, by the way.